MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning to everyone. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Candace, and look who's not wearing green today.
Well, I totally forgot to wear green, but I do have green in my eyes.
Yeah, that's one of those school kids tried to pull that off.
Yeah.
Well, my underwear's green when you can't see it. And they would reach over. We got a pincher before it's all over. So remember, it's a pinching day for anybody that doesn't wear green. St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
And you know, this is I think the only green shirt that I own to my name.
Really?
Because I actually looked this morning. Normally it's just next in line. And I had to search for this old boy.
You had to search for it?
Had to search.
It looks like you'll just jump right at it.
It's kind of bright, isn't it?
It looks good.
You can't miss it.
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
used to have one a little greener. I don't know where it went, but down to one. Just not my color, so to speak.
It's pretty, though. It's
Well,
pretty
thank
green.
you.
The camera doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, as soon as my eyes adjust, and folks, I'm getting better with this. Day 2 after the surgery, I'm starting to be able to see out of this eye pretty good, and I can read over there what the clock says now.
That's great.
It says 8:01. Here last week, I couldn't have told you that.
That's good.
So
Does that mean you're not going to misspell words anymore, too?
probably not, but I'm going to use that excuse until it's. The bad part is I'll misspell something and then not know that I did it. And then 2-3 hours later, I'll go back and I'll lean in and think, oh, boy, that don't look right. And it's ruh-roh.
That just makes it interesting.
So what are you going to do for the rest of the days you travel about with no green? I mean, we got to do something.
I don't know. I might have to pop a little green. You know, I started to wear a little green top under here. I started to.
You should have.
It didn't even faze me that it was St. Patrick's Day.
I had in my head, for whatever reason, that it was going to be this weekend. But not the case. I even think they have something going on downtown tonight to do with St. Patty's Day, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there is something maybe at Weidman's or something.
St. Patty's something. So maybe a little bit to go enjoy. And most of, we all know, outside of the four-leaf clovers, that dealing with St. Patty's Day is green beer. And isn't it really just a drinking holiday at the end of the day?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never really celebrated St. Patrick's Day.
Me neither.
So a lot of people do, though. They have parades and all kind of stuff.
See, Bill's saying he's got to tell us what it really is. What is the true meaning? I know that there's this guy that passed away on this date that it's named after. Yeah. But in America, you know, they dye all those rivers and stuff in those cities green for the day. And all I hear about is the leprechaun guy and drinking.
Yeah.
Earlier, the last post that I made, and I'm assuming at this point, a big thank you to Al Davis. He sent me a text this morning from Al's Garden and Gift that there was a car that was reported traveling the wrong direction on I-20 this morning. Now, to our knowledge, they got the car stopped. The police did, so no one was hurt. But it was traveling I-59 in the traveling north in the southbound lane in all this fog.
Oh my goodness, that would be awful. The fog is horrible right now. I mean, there's some areas there's like almost no visibility in front of you. So be extra careful this
morning. Look at that. Now, if you're looking at radar for the first time, the color scheme of this, red is the absolute worst, gold is really bad, and yellow, it's there, and some of the white is even there, not showing up. But let's look at these locations of just how bad this is so you know where you live in accordance to all this. Let's go north of here. Louisville, look how thick this is in Louisville. This Highway 14 in between downtown Louisville and Macon, that's two-lane highway, folks. Be careful.
You would hope somebody wouldn't try to pass somebody in this kind of conditions, but, you know, there's always that one person.
You travel 15 out of Philadelphia all the way up to Louisville. Look how bad that's going to get at Noxapater.
Yeah.
I'm urging y'all. And we get into northern Kemper County out here by Cyples Mills, and you get into the Dollar General there in Preston. I always say General. I can't help it. I love saying it.
Have you seen those two girls that do the little videos and they say, we went to the Dollar General?
And that's how I probably picked up on saying
it
that.
was funny, though.
But we've got Kemper County covered. In Lauderdale County, only the western side past the airport, and it's probably easing on that way now, is thick. It's bad. Why not Motorsport Sport? You can't even see the flags out there at Rodney's place.
Goodness.
As we come down, look at all of this. So there's not hardly a place that's local that's watching us that doesn't have thick fog. I look at Gilberttown, Alabama, Highway 17. What do they call it? Thick as ticks on a dog's back or something like that. What's that old saying?
I don't
Thick
know.
It'll come to me in a second.
Bill asks, has the comments section changed? Says you can only like or report comments, no reply today. Is anybody else having that issue? Let us know if you are.
Mine's working, somebody said.
Okay.
Sound like Bill done something naughty and they done blocked you.
No, you might have hit some kind of button that only allows you to do stuff like that. I don't know. Check your settings, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
But
I'm not good with all that kind of stuff.
I'm learning as I go with all of this along.
Not technologically inclined.
You gonna get there, Candace?
I don't know. I don't know if I will or not. It ain't looking good.
Yeah, ain't looking good. I wanted to bring this up. Also, if you watch us every day, there's several platforms to watch us on. But YouTube, if you haven't been there before, and this is what it looks like, go there and click on it. It's Sam Media Network. Go there, subscribe, and you'll get notifications when we go live. Sometimes the picture is a lot clearer. Sometimes it's a great way when you get locked out of other accounts to have a second way to watch us. As you join us on television, if you've never done any of this, when we go live with weather, we're not always live on television with the weather, but we are here.
Right.
Several ways to get that, even though some of us can't remember to wear green.
Sorry.
Just saying. Let's see. Last night, there's a lot of things that went on in our community that we need to talk about. The very first thing, let's bring this up. Butler, Alabama is the big news this morning. You don't hear of things going bad in Butler, or at least I haven't. That was not the case last night, as we found out there was a shooting there that happened near McDonald's. As the yellow tape was spread out, it was on East Pushmataha Street there, and shots rang out a little after 8 o'clock, Candace. With that, after the shots were fired, it would leave 3 wounded. One was taken to Choctaw General Hospital, one was driven to Meridian, and a third, I think, was taken by a helicopter somewhere.
Goodness.
So we're sorting through all this of what happened. It's still an ongoing investigation in Butler, Alabama, but 3 people shot.
I'm sure if anybody knows anything, too, the police chief or somebody in that town in law enforcement would love to know.
Jimmy would love to talk to you. Give him a call, and he'll help you out there. But who would think of going to get a hamburger at night that you could possibly get shot?
Well, you know, that's what the day and time we're living in right now. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Now,
let me address something, and I did not post this yesterday because I didn't want anyone to misunderstand what happened. I got several questions asked about it, but I was afraid if I posted it, it could be taken wrong, and I didn't want that to hurt anybody's business. Let me word it that way. Right. There was a situation downtown yesterday afternoon on 22nd Avenue at the Children's Museum. It was not inside as originally thought. It happened on the outside. A gentleman got on the property and was acting a little squirrely. Security, I think, asked him to move along. Right. At that point, he got angered, and let me find the best words for this. And I guess politically saying it out loud, urinated on the fence. No kids or anybody like that saw what happened. The security guard did. Police were called, and then he tried to tear up the fence. He was arrested. MPD moved quickly on this, and I'm glad they did. They were right on it. He was taken into custody. I don't think there's been a bond set on him for what he was doing there. Now, again, let me stress, at no point at any time were any children visible for what went on. It was behind in the very back parking lot of what went on.
But not somebody that sounds like they need to be around.
Right. And so that's why the police got there quickly.
Right.
I think he was acting very strange, which prompted them to go, hey, you need to get on out of here.
Well, the back parking lot is basically where you park to go in the museum. So,
they got him.
It's a good thing. Thanks.
But I did not post that because I didn't want it spread all over town that children were seeing.
Right.
And it could have easily been misconstrued. But it was outside. Clear my throat there. I wanted to make sure.
Well, thank goodness that the police were, right there.
But when I was first told about it, I was like, do what?
Yeah.
And so as we dug deeper into it, we started getting details. It was a little bit different story than we first thought. Another thing, Candace, it was bright, it was sunshiny here, but that was not what was going on in Birmingham, Alabama yesterday. Have you seen all of this?
No, I have not.
The flooding, and if you go anywhere and just Google ABC 3340 in Birmingham, or you Google James Spann, I've even got a picture on my page. Let me scroll down here and just show you what the pictures look like here. Streets, water was over the streets. They had 3 or 4 people that had to be rescued.
Oh, my goodness.
Here is the pictures from Birmingham, Alabama.
Like a river or something.
Yeah. Ambulances were up past the doors.
Goodness.
We didn't have that, but Birmingham definitely got bad weather.
I hope nobody was injured or hurt.
Right.
Goodness. That's scary.
We had somebody say there was a disturbance there in Collinsville yesterday. Somebody that walked into a store. It looks like they were throwing things. Sheriff's Department had to come get them. And good.
What is wrong with people these days? It's just some people that, oh my goodness, they've lost their minds.
Well, one of the news stories that we'll get into here in a minute, Yale University, and this just shows that we have a generation now that if they don't agree with you, they throw temper tantrums and want to cause a disturbance to stop you from what you're doing. Now, we are the land of the free.
Right.
Whether you like someone or not, you should let them say their piece. That's what we have.
Well, we live in a world of appeasement now.
That's a good word.
Okay, I mean, we do. Everybody has to be appeased. If you don't agree with somebody, you want to try to shut them down totally. Nobody can have their own opinion, it seems like, anymore. But, yesterday I was listening to talk radio, and it was one of the guys on there talking about how somebody had complained about mirrors being in a gym. And it wasn't anybody local or anything, but it was on a national level. But somebody had complained that they wanted the mirrors taken out of the gym, and they also wanted the scales taken out of the gym because they thought it offended them because they were there to work out and lose weight and try to be, and it offended them. So they wanted them removed from the gym. That is ridiculous.
It is.
That's ridiculous. That's like saying you have an issue with food or alcohol or something, and you want it removed from the grocery store or something. I mean, it's crazy. People are just, I've said this a number of times, they're made of glass. I mean, it's like you can't say anything, you can't do anything. Everybody just needs to learn to deal with some things. I mean, you can't just take everything away. It's just, I don't know, it's insane to me, but now, if it hurts someone, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? If it was physically a threat or something like that to someone, I believe stuff like that needs to be removed. But I mean, really, you just don't like the mirrors in the gym. Well, walk another direction. Don't walk by the mirror. It's crazy.
And we say all this, and then you step back and you look at the big picture of what's going on in Ukraine. Things that mattered to them 2 months ago, of things of that nature, that is so minute.
Right, it is.
We got to fix this world. We truly do. Y'all don't go anywhere. We got a whole lot more to tell you of local events that have gone on, some national stories, and maybe we're going to bring a smile to your face this morning, and we're going to tell you about some rough weather, and then we're going to have our on-the-scene reporter ready for anything that happens to go out and tell you about it.
Yeah, I will.
All that's up and coming.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. At Patrick Allen Companies, our philosophy is simple. We want to give you more than you expect. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
I'm Michael Swansea. I'm an Alpha insurance agent. 9 out of 10 people don't understand what insurance actually is. I want to fix that. I want to take the opportunity to sit down with you and your family and really go over your insurance and make sure that y'all are protected. I don't want y'all going to bed at night wondering during the next emergency, during the next claim, am I going to be covered? Give me a chance to sit down with you and your family and fix that and make a difference.
I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. Accidents happen, but getting you everything you deserve may not happen without an experienced law firm on your side.
From the moment you call, we go to work.
Investigating responsibly while keeping you updated constantly.
We're available 24 hours a day. So don't wait.
For more than 30 years, we've helped get our injured clients' medical bills paid
and fought to get them the most money possible. Remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray Candace on this, believe it or not, it's Thursday.
It is.
I was thumbing around and I saw something this morning online, and I thought I would put this up because it brings back memories of years ago. And as long as I have been alive, there's been absolutely nothing other than a railroad track in the Baptist church there. But as a kid, I always heard stories that Wahalak, Mississippi, was a big town, which was due north of Scuba and between there and where the Back Porch Cafe used to be. But here's the picture. This is the train depot, the early 1900s, right there, Wahalak, Mississippi. That's pretty neat to look at that.
It is neat. I love old pictures and seeing how things used to be as compared to how they are now, you know.
There's nothing but woods there now. And the story goes, as I am told as a kid, and whether or not that happened or not, that someone was accused of a crime, and they said, if you do me this way, I'll come back. And a tornado came, and Wahalak was no more after the gentleman was killed. Now, whether or not that's true, that's always folklore of what happened in Kemper County, but that's what I've always been told happened. Tornado come and wipe the town away.
Yes. Yeah.
Woo.
Goodness.
I don't know what year it was. But and as you also look at Remember When and Meridian, it's pretty neat to see what used to be.
I love to go through the little towns like that, like Sugarlock, you know, the little towns down through there. And it's just neat just to go look and see it, all the old buildings and stuff, you know, even in Scuba, you know, the old buildings down through there.
Hardly a building left. We used to have the Line Theater. That's gone. Used to be a Buick dealership at the end of the street past the Woodyard, I'm told. Big town in the day. I even hear the stories of how during the Depression, how the bank manager was stealing.
Oh, really?
And he would take the money and dump it in the trash can and give it to the janitor to take out, and told him never burn the trash. And they were trying to blame the janitor, and he was like,
poor janitor.
And that was back during the Great Depression, and they finally caught him. Oh boy, how times have changed.
Yeah.
I spoke to your husband yesterday, and he goes, man, somebody's having a bad day up the road. I said, what do you mean?
That would be a bad day, a real bad.
This is Highway 493 yesterday, and that was a horrible day. This is where they're working on the bridges up there. And that backhoe is sunk.
Yeah, Alden was with Kurt yesterday, and he come in the shop where I was working, and he said, Mama, there is this thing. He didn't know what to call it. It is down in the mud. You know, it was all the way up to the cab, they said.
That was sunk.
It was. I hope they get that out because that's a lot of money right there.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see here. Let's look here. What else? Oh, we had a fender bender at the Texas turnaround yesterday. Pretty common as you're trying to come onto it and then merge into that lane to get on 20. Boo-boos can happen, and that was the scene yesterday. Let's pull this up with a dump truck and a car. Dump truck got hung up with that white car right there. Oh, look, that's the popo on the motorcycles again. They're back out traveling. But no one was hurt.
That's good. That's good. That is a little tricky area right there. If you are not from Meridian or don't know the roads in Meridian, you're from out of town, that's it'd be a tricky area.
It is. It's been tricky to me before. And if your car doesn't have those cameras nowadays, the new ones have got it where your big screen over here, you see what's beside you. You have to do that lean over and look out the window thing.
Yeah, I just have the backup. I don't have the side view ones. That would be handy, though, because there's so many blind spots now on these vehicles, But
I'm getting word that there was a problem with some audio on television. Now, we're doing audio here. I don't think anybody's had any problem with any audio on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that.
Okay.
Peculiar.
Y'all let us know if you're having any issues so we can double check it.
I'm just glancing down that. So maybe that will be back in just a moment.
Yeah.
We certainly hope so. It seems to be working here. Thumbs up for everybody on that. Let's go down to Clark County yesterday. A small, and we'll call it a minor, train derailment as we go to Clark County Hot Topics to find out exactly what's going on there. Look at that.
Goodness.
Train derailed right there. And that's a single thing. They're working on that to get that fixed. We got a little humming there. My TV is working fine. Okay, so that's good. All right, TV, let me send them, says working. Let me send that back to the TV station there. Hang on just a second. It's live. It's one of those things I can't change.
That's okay.
All right, but that happened in Clark County yesterday. Was the scene of that. Now, also at the same time, we got word in Clark County, and this is an ongoing investigation down there, to where there possibly was a kidnapping. And here's the scenes from that. Now, I haven't gotten any other words on exactly what went on, but Clark County Hot Topics is all over it, and we'll find out more about this. But someone was stopped, and, this could have been a family matter. We don't know.
Sometimes that is like domestic type stuff, going on.
Right.
But still.
Yeah.
You want to make people aware and on the lookout, because it possibly could be the other way, A
TV, we're getting thumbs up on TV. That's still doing good there.
Okay.
All right, that's good news there. Now, let's move to the scene last night, Highway 19. Everybody know where Nick and Al's is in Meridian on Highway 19 North?
Yes.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, let's blow this up so you can see exactly what happened. I started getting messages. Something happened. Something went on. And then I started getting video of the accident. Let's pull this up where you can take a sneak peek here. This is right there. This is going to back out so you can see a little bit more.
Is that like a Ford F-150?
It flipped upside down. And what happened was this was traveling into town, and then the video's fisting a swing here. And as you will see, this car that is coming up right there pulled out in front of them.
Oh, goodness.
Now, you go, well, that wasn't a hit and run. Yes, it was. The people that were driving that car, as soon as they hit them, jumped out the car and fled on foot and ran away. So, number one, they didn't have driver's license. They had something on them that they didn't want to be caught with, or maybe they were drinking and driving. We don't know what the case was.
There was a reason for it, I'm sure, that they...
Now, I spoke to some family members. Everybody is okay that was in the truck, but still a scary situation, as they said, God was on their side.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at a still picture of that. Let me pull that up where everybody can see that. Look at that. That's the truck upside down.
Oh, my goodness.
Another view there. How scary is that? And that's the car that hit them.
Looks like they would be able to look at the tag and find out who owned the car, unless it was stolen, like we were talking about.
Yeah. We don't know the answer to that yet. MPD is all over it, so we do hope this investigation leads to more. I'm getting tongue-tied today.
But we will let you know as soon as we find out, for sure.
But think about that. How many times have you jumped in your car and you think, "Oh, I want a hamburger, I want a pizza." It's 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Never expecting something like that to happen.
Right. I hope they find them, and I hope they charge them.
Kurt would lean over to her and go, "Why didn't you just cook, Candace? We wouldn't be in this mess."
It would definitely be my fault if I,
We did bring up about what happened in Butler, Alabama. And again, when we find out more about what happens in Butler, we're going to get that posted so that you'll know. Now, I brought this up this morning also. There were several shots in Meridian yesterday, gunfire. In the county, you can shoot because you're in the county. It's legal to do that. In the city limits, it's not. There were several shots fired. Nothing or no one was hurt. But we had shots. Shoemate Road reported yesterday, 35th Avenue, the 900 block of Davis Street, and also 34th and 5th Street. There were some shots that were reported. Now, if we pattern this out, usually leads up to something else in coming days. The last time we had somebody shot, you would start hearing this all around town. Nobody was hurt. And then on a Sunday afternoon, somebody was. Not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying there's a little bit of a pattern as to they start doing it. And it seems to be they wait till it's warmer weather. They don't want to get out when it's cold. Am I thinking right?
I mean, possibly. Yeah, it could possibly be why.
I'm just saying over the last few days when it was that 21-degree weather, you didn't hear much about that stuff going on. Everybody was backed up to a heater. Morse code. We'll get the Morse code figured out as well also there in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Got to do some upgrade. I did a upgrade, and that possibly has caused that, and then I'll go back and get all that worked out. Nick Dowell, how in the world are you doing this morning? Glad to see there. Cornbread joining us.
Yeah. Kim Carmichael's watching. Linda Culpepper, good morning. Mary Godot She said her TV's good this morning. She's watching.
I
Sandy
bet you-
White, good morning to you.
Oh, Mary's so tickled that I didn't say her last name. She's thinking Scotty Ray's going to mess it up. I just got a message on Facebook that said, as a reminder, everybody turn your headlights on because the fog is so thick out there.
That's right. Yeah, if you don't have automatic or anything, make sure you turn them on. Because, I mean, it is, like I said a while ago, sometimes it's almost at a zero visibility in front of your car.
And we don't want that.
That's scary.
By any means. Let me see a few other things that have gone on. I thought there was something else that I wanted to share. Of course, we had the folks in Meridian yesterday with Serve Meridian that's going to be starting Friday and Saturday in Meridian helping folks.
Yes, there's so much that they're going to be doing for the community in different areas. Building bunk beds at like a children's home, I think it was.
And here's just some of the events here. Faith Baptist Church is going to be doing this. Look at all the different events that they do.
I know they're going to have a crawfish bowl at the Center for Pregnancy Choices, a care lodge, a prayer garden there, a beautification at the Parkview Elementary, Naval Air Station evening cookout on Saturday, West Hills Grammar School landscaping. They're going to be fixing that up real nice. Road trash pickup. I think he said there was going to be a free dental thing.
Yeah, the dental was getting a lot of comments, and I was trying to find, I saw it yesterday, and I was trying to find, it may have been on the first one. Let me check this one here. Here it is. At Central Baptist is where that's going to be, in the back parking lot.
Yeah. So if you need to get a checkup or something, they're going to be there to help you out.
Yeah, and as we all discussed yesterday, dental work
is expensive.
On
Even just a
arm and a leg.
checkup.
Yeah.
Even just to go get a cleaning or a checkup. So, but this is so nice, and they go to different cities in different states, right?
Right.
And it's like he said, I think 500 people. I don't know. I'm getting a little catch in my throat. 500 people involved in this, and they go and just work together and get all these things done for the better of the community. I think it's a great thing.
I do too.
And we're blessed to have somebody like that come to Meridian. Like he said, Meridian is blessed to have them come here because not everybody gets that chance, you know. So,
right. If you want to know something, we most likely have it on our Facebook page. Let me not our Facebook page, but on our web page. Let me pull this up. This is Sam Media. As you come across here, the Scotty Ray Report that has all of our news stories on it, the weather, and then we do a lot of our community events that are listed here under Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace. As you scroll down and see here, we've got the blood drive that's going to be going on tomorrow at the library. I couldn't get library out of my mouth. And then again, the chicken cooking that is coming up here in Marion this weekend
at the Hamasa Shriners building. And it's going to be Saturday, March 19th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The plates are $10 each, and you get a chicken leg quarter, dirty rice. I'm not sure what dirty rice is, but I'm sure it's probably good.
Is it brown rice? Is that what that is?
It might be like a brown rice. But mac and cheese and bread.
That's pretty neat there.
That's the deal. Go get you one. Yeah.
A few of the things, and that's where we do it. And if you've got a community event going on, inbox us, let us know about it so we can share this with others and they'll know more about it. Another neat little thing that we've started doing there on the website, if you need a handyman service, let me pull this back up here and show you this. This is what this looks like here. There's a lot of our folks that work for the fire department, police department, and they have to have two jobs to work. One of the services that we've added here, and these are some of the folks that are emergency responders that have other businesses. You can go there, and if you need something done, they're there to help you.
That's right.
One of the ways to look at and do things there. I want to bring this up next, and we'll get on to some other things in a moment, but let's talk about the weather for just a moment here. Let me get up here and show you about what we're expecting tomorrow. Now, originally, we thought tonight was going to be the bad time after dark. The National Weather Service has pushed that a little forward. There's going to be areas that have some bad weather tonight, but not our area. Let's show this on the screen where you can see. Our area will start pretty much at daylight in the morning, right around 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the line for the more severe weather will be Lauderdale County and southward toward Clark. Jasper, Newton counties will be worse. Northward, Kemper, Philadelphia, and into Winston counties and Macon area will be a level 1. You're going to get some rain, but the more severe stuff will be right here in the Meridian area. So keep that in mind as you're planning your day. Now, we're watching next Tuesday, next week, Tuesday, Wednesday night, for some more severe weather. It may be a little worse than this round. So we're watching that.
Well, I hope it's not really, really bad.
Ooh, me and you both.
Goodness.
JT, what do you just tell us about that dirty rice stuff?
It's a Cajun type rice, so that makes sense.
So, are you a big Cajun food eater?
I love Cajun food, or
What is those
spicy type.
Yeah,
food.
it's real spicy, and then
Now, I don't like super spicy. I used to be able to eat it, but I don't know. I can't as I get older. But I do
Cajuns-
love Cajun food. I like crawfish. I like shrimp.
what is it?
Gumbo.
Those balls that the sausage stuff, and it's got a name, and everybody stops in Scott, Louisiana. Boudin. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I've never had it.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But I'm warning y'all.
Yeah, I've
just,
heard it's good. But.
It's like the Water Boy. Did you see that meal that they had on the table? You don't know what's in it. You Cajuns put stuff in there, and then what was the old guy that used to cook and drink?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about,
Put
but
a
I can't
little
think of his
lime in
name.
it.
Yeah,
I think that's the key to it all going on in Louisiana.
He guaranteed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love though, like to go to a shrimp or crawfish boil, and they just throw all kind of stuff in there. Potatoes. I've
Right.
seen people put sweet potatoes in there and boil them in there with.
Really?
That's really good.
I didn't know
Spicy
that.
and sweet, but corn, potatoes. I've seen people put mushrooms, lemons. They cut those up, throw them in there. But yeah, really good.
Let's take a minute and talk about our friends since we're talking about food and all, at Maple's One Stop Shop. And they've got a lot going on there for you there. It's one of the most cleanest convenience stores. I went in the other day, and you honestly could have taken your finger and run it across the floor and wouldn't have got anything. It was that clean. They believe in that. They got some great food for you this morning out at the Chevron store on St. Paul Street. Or drop on into Causeyville. I hear the food is some kind of good out in Causeyville. If you hadn't dropped in bacon,
Looks good.
eggs, maybe you're more of the sausage biscuit type. They
That's
got
right.
that.
Breakfast on the go.
And as we get into the lunch today being Thursday, pulled pork. Boy, I like that.
Yeah.
Your choice of barbecue chicken, potato salad, macaroni and cheese, baked beans, turnips, green beans, roll, or cornbread. That's some of the things there. Then you get all that meat and 2 sides for $8.99 with sweet tea included.
Sounds good.
They got so much there for you. 6 locations in town that you'll find all this with their coffee program going on. See them today with cold drinks and more. Maple's One Stop Shop. You'll find them all around town. Bonita, Pine Springs, Causeyville, or Last Chance, Broadmoor, or 31st Avenue there. See them. Find out why so many people shop with them. There's a reason for that. They're good folks, and, well, you'll enjoy it.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. At Patrick Allen Companies, our philosophy is simple. We want to give you more than you expect. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Welcome back. Candace pointing out my sometimes pronunciation in the written word. Thing. What was some of those comments you were talking about? Some Cajun food?
Talking about Cajun food and stuff. Let's see. Where's it at?
Right,
JT Rigdon said if it crawls, they eat it.
And LaWanda said it was Justin Wilson that used to do the cooking show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. But I watched him as a kid.
Yeah, that's back when we had 3 channels and you had to watch him. A little Tabasco, a little bit more wine. I don't know what this is, but throw it in there.
We watched him, and then we watched the what was the lady who did the French type cooking?
Didn't know her.
She talked like you know what I'm talking
Missed
about.
her. What, you got any clue?
I'm not gonna mock her. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They said she could have been like a spy or something.
Really?
Remember that?
No.
What was her name, y'all?
We didn't get that. We only had.
I just saw it the other day. I can't believe I can't remember. It'll come to me in the middle of a conversation in a minute, I'm sure. That's what happens when you get old.
It does.
Yeah.
But memories back when we all had 3 channels and didn't have the 6,000 to choose from now.
Oh, I know.
little
Had to
bit-
get the antenna. Get up. Julia Childs.
Well,
They said she had something to do with like being a spy or something, or
See,
it was something to do with all. It was weird. But
I'm being honest with y'all. I have never heard of Julia Childs.
I I know you've seen her. I'll have to find her on a video and let you watch her. It was really funny.
Did she come on near Benny Hill?
I can't remember when she came on, but I just remember watching her as a kid.
All righty.
Watch those cooking shows.
As we look at today, as we mentioned, today is, and Candace pointed out before we went live, y'all, there's a boo-boo here, as usual. In 461, St. Patrick died. And I sort of messed that title up there.
I thought you meant to put day. I didn't say the 461.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh.
Yeah, I was going to put a D. And it was like it just happened yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is St. Patrick's Day. And again, I'm still trying to figure out what went on with St. Patrick's to make it such a big holiday. Born on this date, you would know him. Christmas time, he always has played and played and played. Nat King Cole was born on this day. What a voice he had.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I used to. He sung that song "Unforgettable." You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Unforgettable. You know.
Missed that one.
Okay.
Was that kind of like a big band type song?
I don't know. It was a. I don't think it was a big band.
I shy away from elevator music.
Day, you know.
Like the Dean Martin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I totally would never listen to Dean Martin. I understand he was great and done everything. He was great in comedies, but his music was not quite what I would like to sit back and listen to.
Yeah.
But there's others that love it.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
Like AC/DC real loud. Not my...
His daughter, though, Nat King Cole's daughter, was also an artist, and she sung, too. She's really good.
Oh.
They actually did a video singing that song, Unforgettable. Like, they redid a video and had him on. It looked like they were singing together. It was really neat.
Nature Boy, you ever heard of that song? Nature Boy was a big hit for him, Bill says. Didn't know that one.
No.
Okay, you're surprised.
I'd have to listen to it.
Chestnuts roasting. I think we all know that one.
Mm-hmm. Natalie Cole is his daughter.
And we'll put it in Southern terms. Her real name was Natalie. That's how you say that in the Deep South, Natalie. It was a big day in Memphis, Tennessee, 1957 on this date. Somebody would dig around and find $102,000. That person would be Elvis Presley, and they would load up the truck, just like they did in Beverly Hills, and move on down right into Graceland. He bought Graceland on this day. He would add on to it as well.
I have never been there.
Oh, girl, you have missed it.
I've always wanted to go. They say it's kind of in a rough neighborhood
it is now.
Yeah.
We went there for the 25th anniversary of the death of Elvis and did our morning show from there.
Yeah.
And that's when we met the guy that was trying to tell me that he was Elvis's son that used to come over. And I was like, okay there, buddy. Let me just get it. Because he was really odd.
Yeah.
Nothing he said made sense there. But Elvis, it was 13-acre ranch. And it was in a very, very nice neighborhood at that time.
Yeah, I think somebody at one point, people had spray painted on the wall out front and stuff. People just
nothing
no
quite
respect.
like the Jungle Room. All the TVs. If you get a chance, visit it. Do it during daylight hours, though.
Bill says he sings at Graceland every year during Elvis Week.
Wow,
That's a neat thing.
it is. You can see the Lisa Marie. It's a lot of things to visit there.
Yeah.
It's fun. I have never been down to Sun Records. I would like to make that trip on downtown. Also on this date, we all watched it. It was Dallas is what we would do, and you'd get to know this guy. Patrick Duffy was born on this date, 1949. Yes. Did you realize, and you'd have to, and I think it's Lee Greenwood's I Owe You. Do you remember that song? I Owe You the Sunshine in the Morning?
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze was the guy in the video. If you go back and look at that, I think it's I Owe You.
I'll have to pull that up. I was watching Dallas the other night, like reruns of Dallas, but it was the new version of Dallas but JR and Bobby were, JR was still alive and mean.
As always. Boy, he played that part good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of our stories that we'll get into this morning. Sam Elliott is kind of outspoken about Yellowstone. Although he's in that 1883, he goes, I ain't watching it. He said, all that is Dallas.
Yeah.
He said it's a modern day version of Dallas. And he used a word that I can't say on here to describe the show. He's just real point blank tells you what he thinks there. But he says he ain't watching it.
It does kind of mimic that storyline a little bit. But it's good. I just wish they did not have all that.
I agree.
harsh.
Another guy that I think each of us have come to like through the years, real good guy, but the one movie that would probably set him out when you say his name would be Overboard. Kurt Russell celebrates a birthday today, born in 51. Now, again, he's done a lot of other movies, but Overboard was just a good family show.
It was cute.
That everybody liked.
Yeah.
Because she deserved to be thrown overboard, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. I like the better version of her a lot better.
After she'd
I
got
mean, the
to make
nicer
those
version.
sandwiches. And
yeah.
Leslie,
he put her to work, didn't he?
He did.
He did.
One of my favorite Patrick Swayze movies of all time would have to be North and South. By John Jake's novel. I remember watching it when it came on television for 2 weeks, I think, and they played an episode each night. Ori Mannion was his part, and that Patrick Swayze played. And his love interest was Miss Leslie Ann Downs. She was born on this date. Y'all remember her from the show? Mm-hmm. Well, she was a beautiful lady. That was a great show to me.
It was good.
You have to find it on DVD now. That'll never be aired on television again.
Yeah.
As we look at things, Rob Lowe.
He does not age. I'm telling you, he looks as nice looking today as he did back a long time ago. I mean, really.
Let me ask this: was he the guy that was in the Beverly Hillbillies, the remake of the love interest of the woman that was trying to marry Jed? Because he sure looks like him. It may not be him.
Now he has a brother, I think Chad Lowe, I think is his name, and he favors him a good bit. But
could be.
Yeah, it could be his little brother or something. I'm not sure. But is the humming any better, y'all?
Hope so.
Yeah.
Wide up there.
Wouldn't it go back up 1 second and wish somebody a happy birthday real quick before we go off on up?
Okay. Who did we miss there? There's an anniversary.
Roy. Okay, yeah. Roy Ellis says his nephew Clint Winstead. Happy birthday to him. He's working in Center, Alabama. Mm-hmm. Won't be home for his birthday, but happy birthday, Clint.
Oh, we also got an anniversary going on right here.
Oh, yeah, Angela Dunnigan. Happy anniversary to you and your husband, Jeremy.
13 years, she says? Yeah.
13 years, 19 together altogether.
Well, there you go. Well, he didn't want to marry you for 6 years, did he?
Oh, gosh. Yes, he did. He knew all along.
He wanted to be sure.
Yes, he did.
There's a lot of people that date for like 20 years.
Yeah, they do.
And go, I like you, but I don't want you coming back to my house or anything like that. You just stay over there. I'll come visit you.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. They just want to, play house. Not make the commitment.
The humming is gone. Thank you, Linda. We appreciate that. This is a pretty neat deal. He would stay in Mississippi most of his life, but he was born in Newton, Mississippi. One of the biggest names in country music. You're going, okay, Newton, who am I talking about? Paul Overstreet, born in Newton. He has written so many classics. I like him so much. Dad has come around to Mama's way of thinking. A couple lumps upside the head. 2011, we would find out that Fairland Husky would pass away on this date. On the Wings of a Snow White Dove would be his big song. That's still sung today in circles. Classic country is what that is. Let's see. 1973. Now, at this time when I was a kid, I didn't listen to this type of music. But I remember the song. The first one I ever heard by him was When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman. You got to watch yourself. Everybody's always looking at her, at your woman. And then they done a song. I think it was a joke at first, and it become a hit. Cover of the Rolling Stones, Dr. Hook. It would peak at number 6 on this date. You know the song?
No, I don't. I've never. I heard the other song that you were saying. Yeah.
And for some reason, I know they didn't sing it, but it just sparked in my head. Who remembers that song? Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Oh, yeah.
That was about the same time. Okay. Even Ken Rainey played that back in the day on country radio. 1984, this would be a hit for Van Halen. I think everybody knows it. Jump, number 1.
Wasn't there controversy about this cover?
I think
Somebody
it was.
said they were the baby that was on the cover.
No. That was the other bunch where the dude was naked and swimming in the Nirvana. I think was the album cover.
I wasn't sure.
And he sued over that.
Yeah.
He lost. Because his parents or whoever were paid for it, and then for years he would go do autographs and say, "I'm the baby" on there.
Yeah,
and
he was compensated for it for a long time, and then I guess.
The Looking Glass recorded Brandy. Jan Bushman, how are you? It's Patrick Swayze.
think you kept calling Patrick Duffy Patrick Swayze.
I could have got confused there, but Patrick Duffy would of course, would be on...
well, Swayze was in North and South.
Yeah, North and South.
Yeah. That's what I think.
With Leslie Ann Downs.
Right, yeah.
Ori Mannion. Boy, he was a man's man on that. Can I say that again?
Yeah.
Because I just liked it. Let's see, other things that went on this. You would remember this guy from the Carol Burnett show. Mm-hmm. He was a comedy actor. And then he would get to be hanging around a hot woman about 1977, and she really fit her outfit. Lyle Wagner passed away on this date back in 2020. He was on Wonder Woman. You remember him?
I do remember him, but I remember wanting to be her when I was a little girl. I watched Wonder Woman all the time.
You want to jump up and do that spin around thing, see if you disappear?
Oh, look, I had the Wonder Woman pajamas.
Did you have the
And I made my own wristbands.
Oh.
You know what I made them with?
What?
The cardboard toilet paper roll. I cut it in half and colored them gold.
Put you a star?
Yeah, I colored them gold and clipped them on my arms, and I ran around the house. I remember jumping off the bed thinking I was Wonder Woman.
Do a little fly there? And
yeah, I did.
Had the invisible airplane.
I did the action moves.
I saw somebody back at Halloween that dressed as Halloween, and let's say thumbs up. You've done a real good job there. I'll leave it at that. But she was a pretty lady. And she did have a cameo there in the Dukes of Hazzard.
She's still a pretty lady.
She is. In her 70s now, and just gorgeous as can be. Y'all stay close. We've got more on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace's. As we start this day, we certainly want to say thank y'all for being a part of this as we begin this day and making it happen for us. Let's talk about Chet. We bring him up from time to time. Chet is where you go when you need your car taken care of. And let me tell you, they do such a wonderful job with this. So many people trust Chet. He grew up in this community. He's been around here forever, and he has grown to be one of the best there is. If he gives you his word, that's what you're going to get, whatever he says. See it there, 737-2961, from scratches to getting T-boned. They'll fix that back in no time flat. Also, as you go through this, front-end damage, no problems. Ford trucks that have those aluminum beds, they fix that also. As we come across a Toyota that's been, maybe bumped somebody at the red light.
Right.
It happens. See them. This is their paint booth. They'll make it flawless and match your paint perfectly. Chet's Paint and Body, 9888 Highway 494. You'll find them there in the Center Hill community, right there in the curve out by the reservoir. Insurance claims welcomed and such fine folks. Visit them today. The Back Porch of Meridian, located on Highway 19 North, invites you by to take a look at their custom-made woodworking. From wooden tables, chairs, swings, and day beds. Take a step inside and visit the local meat section, where you'll find ground beef, pork chops, and even local milk from Beeson Farms. And if you need a utility trailer, they offer single, tandem, car haulers, enclosed trailers. You name it, they have it. Ask about financing. It's all at the Back Porch of Meridian, 5570 Highway 19 North. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. Why do bikers hire us after their accident?
I knew Richard Schwartz was local, and I knew he knew that rural area. When I really needed help, he got me back on my feet. Richard Schwartz knows the roads, he knows the people, and he fights for bikers.
And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Candace. And as we talk about world events also, we've talked a lot about local things this morning. We send our hearts, we send our prayers over to Ukraine. As we found out yesterday, it doesn't get any lower than this, of a President Putin or whatever his title is, dropping a bomb on children and ladies. A shelter. 1,200 people crammed inside, and they dropped a bomb on it.
Evil and ruthless. I mean,
that truly
horrible.
Is a war crime. Biden finally comes out and calls him a war criminal at this point. Where are we headed on this? I'm not real sure.
You know, yesterday, the Ukraine president, Zelensky, I think is his name, I think he addressed Congress yesterday. And he had, you know, as he was speaking, I think then they showed a video. And I've not seen the video, but I've heard it was really graphic. It had, you know, images on there of children and stuff. It was graphic, and it's horrible to see stuff like that, I'm sure, but that is their reality right now, that they're going through. It's a horrible thing.
I was trying to, and I can't locate the story. I had another story where Putin is, in a roundabout way, made a threat toward the United States. And he's somebody to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Donald Trump took him serious. The White House should, this administration should also. This is a man that believes in getting what he wants, and at all cost will get what he wants. The comment went on to more or less say that the West is no longer going to rule the world as it has been. A new day is coming. Now, you read into that. That isn't verbatim what he said, but that's pretty close. And that tells you that that's somebody that's determined to do something.
Well, I don't think he's somebody that makes an empty threat,
Good way of putting it.
I don't think he is. And I think that he probably maybe has some kind of reinforcement that we maybe kind of think he could have. I think he is serious about being backed by China.
And we'll get rid of that noise later today.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of like your wife, that threat that she puts on you. If you were to be honest about how she looks in a dress and you give the wrong answer, how you don't get supper for the next 3 weeks, she means it. He does too.
Goodness.
I thought you liked my comparison.
Yeah, I do.
But tons of people fear dead in Ukraine this morning. Our hearts go out to them. I don't believe in this. This next headline, it concerns me that how this even happens is taxpayer money at the end of this. Accidents happen in life. Whether it's the cops that show up, they don't see something that happened at a crime scene. What I mean by that is things just happen. Sometimes they're overlooked. But the federal government, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm reading this wrong, or if I'm wrong in my thoughts, but the federal government is going to pay $127 million to families of the Parkland massacre because the FBI failed to pursue 2 tips. Now, were they wrong in not following the tips? Absolutely. But is it right to sue the federal government over that and then they get compensation for it?
Well, it says that they had previously reached a monetary settlement with the federal government back in November.
But is that right, that you can sue the government over something like that and they have to pay? I mean, at the end of the day, it's taxpayer money that's going out for that. Honestly, they shouldn't have made the mistake, but life is that way. Yeah. Should they be able to sue that? Or am I just totally off kilter here?
I don't really know the answer to that because I think if we were in the situation of the parents, we might feel different about it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess if you compensate for that, there's probably been a lot of instances where the ball was dropped. I mean, do you compensate for everything? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that things do happen, accidents do happen where the ball gets dropped.
Well, you go back to Pearl Harbor. Look how many times the ball was dropped if you look at the timeline. You go back to 9/11 when the timeline of there were some red flags that somebody should have stepped up and done more. They didn't. It's life. Things happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a horrible situation, though. It was horrible that happened.
Yes. But
goodness.
I brought this up this morning. There's a lot of y'all do this. Netflix. You take it out, you pay $15, $20 a month, and you give your kid or your mom, dad, and you share the password. They're going, from now on, somebody else uses your password, they're going to pay also. So be ready for that coming from Netflix. Just thought you might want to do that. And as Maureen pointed out, Ukraine has 196,000 troops, Russia, 900,000. Rick agrees with me that it's not right to have to pay for that. Yeah. Again, that's a controversial subject.
I mean, yeah, on one hand, you say, no, it's not right. And then on the other hand, if it was you and you were the parent of the child you'd probably feel a little bit different about it. So I think that's a touchy subject.
But I also, in the same manner, don't believe in suing a gun manufacturer for what an individual done. That to me,
I don't either. Yeah. I don't either.
Y'all take that for what it's worth.
It's a fine line, I guess you'd say.
That's my thoughts on that. We've got more right around the corner as we begin your day. Don't rush off. We'll make you happy before it's all said and done. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Remember, one call, that's all. I'm Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. I wanted to say, well, good morning there, Rosemary. Hope you're doing good there. Good morning to a few of our sponsors that help us out behind the scenes there. Percy Bland, always been with us there with State Farm. Thank you. Also, Eastgate Tires, one of those folks, joining us. And ever since she joined us, I got the song hung in my head.
What?
Simply Irresistible. Mm-hmm. And I just walk around all day going, Simply Irresistible. It sticks in your head there on North Hill Street. Thank you for joining us and being a part of what we do. Booker Electric. Need a little electric work done? Talk to them. They'll get you going in no time flat. Also, BAM's Towing, Al's Garden Gifts, SMI, Talbot Enterprises. You need a car part? Boy, they've got tons of them out there for you there. Just lots of nice folks. Meridian Mattress.
Right.
Made right here. Mattresses from one end to the other. Some of the folks that help us out, we've got more. And a big thank you to each and every one of y'all that make this program live each day to where we're able to keep going.
That's right. You make it possible.
Yes, you do. Let's see here. We still got a few minutes before they run us off and tell us we can't talk anymore. Let's glance around here. Have you heard about the golfers that got killed in the wreck?
No,
it was a golf team, Southwest golfers at the University of Southwest. F-150 was going the wrong direction on the interstate, hit them head on. The entire golf team was taken out in that wreck.
Goodness.
That's just, it breaks my heart to have to tell those stories.
9 were killed.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
Justin said, how's Netflix going to police that? I ain't got no clue.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. How would they know that?
IP addresses would be my first guess, but I don't know that. I'm going to just call this out. We got just enough time to talk about this. Lindsey Graham still stands by his statement where he says he wants to take out Putin. Somebody take him out. He used a different word for it. Also, Lindsey is saying that had something turned out differently, he would have had Donald Trump arrested and the 25th Amendment invoked. They're going back to January 6th. Y'all remember with Lindsey Graham, he's on what side of the fence makes him news? If you remember when Donald first went into office, he was against Donald. And then once he figured out that Donald was very strong, he was on Donald's side.
Right.
He's a politician. Mm-hmm. He jumps around. Do y'all remember him nearly crying on Hannity when he didn't have enough money to fight who was going up against him? He was begging for your money. Again, he's whichever way the wind blows, and that's the way what Washington is full of. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter you're Republican or Democrat, whatever you're claiming to be, search the man. When you vote, make sure you're voting for somebody that truly is what they say they are.
So he's like for Trump now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he's saying back then, now I would have done.
Yeah.
That's what was going on January 6th, what he was doing. Now he's all in the Trump corner again.
Well, I think a lot of people jumped the gun and tried to point fingers at Donald Trump, on the January 6th, in the get-go. Not just Democrats. There were a few people that kind of jumped on that boat, but obviously, it wasn't the case. I don't think it was, at least. I don't think he was to be blamed, but...
We had a note, and quickly we'll get this out, about Central Electric having a power outage. And let me flip over here and show you this. We're showing that right now Central Electric has about 282 people here without power here. This is going to be in this area right here. As we zoom in on this and get a little bit closer here. Right there. Here's Neshoba. Here's Tucker Community. 282 folks. Hopefully they'll get that fixed before long.
Goodness.
So there you go. That's a few of the things. And we want to say thank y'all for coming by. And we'll have some more. We'd love to have your community events. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood.
Right. Yes, we always want to know what's going on in your world, and any comments you would like for us, or any topics you'd like for us to talk about, send us a message.
And feel free, I'm giving permission to anybody that bumps into Candace today. She does not have green. pinch her, get her good.
Y'all ain't gonna see me today.
Oh, you're going in hide now.
I'm going in hide. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes.
We'll be back tomorrow morning at what time?
8 a.m. Have a great.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by our following partners: